What's up, everybody? I am back with another TikTok recipe. Today we're going to be making the viral seafood boil ramen bowl. So without further ado, let's introduce our ingredients. We have a ton of seasonings. We have onion powder, Old Bay, Cajun seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, lemon pepper seasoning, along with chili powder. We also have our jumbo shrimp that's been washed clean to vein, both back and front. Do whatever you prefer. We also have some hot sauce along with diced onions, sausages. We also have some boiled eggs, crab legs. Use any type of crab legs. Better yet, if you don't have or you don't want to incorporate crab legs, you don't have to do that either. And we also have butter and chicken broth. So all of that being said, let's get to cooking. First thing you want to do is add your sausages to a pan. Brown those bad boys on up. Flip it on over. Repeat the same process. Once you're done, we're going to remove the sausages from the pan, place it into a plate, and reserve it for later. In the meanwhile, we need to work on boiling our crab legs. Take a look at the color. Yes, the crab legs are already cooked, but we're trying to remove some of that extra salt from the crab legs as well as heat it on up. To a separate skillet, we're going to add a good amount of butter. Allow the butter to get nice and melted. If you want to compromise with adding less butter, you definitely can. However, you're going to have to add a little bit more broth to your sauce. You can also use other butter substitutes, or basically whatever makes you feel comfortable. We're going to add our finely chopped onions. Mix it on up really good. After about 1 minute, we're going to add our minced garlic. Mix that one in there as well. Allow the garlic to become fragrant before adding any additional seasonings. In the meanwhile, let's add our ramen. Cover it on down and let it do what it do. At this time, we're going to add all of our seasonings to the butter. To bring the perfect balance, I'm going to use my no salt Cajun seasoning, simply because the Old Bay seasoning along with the chicken broth contains salt. Stir it on in really good and make sure everything is well combined. Feel free to add seafood or chicken broth, either one, and the sauce is still going to come out absolutely delicious. We're going to lower our flame slightly and allow our sauce to come to a slow simmer. But in the meanwhile, let's work on deshelling our eggs. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but back in the day, deshelling an egg was like the simplest thing. Now I find that in order to get the shell to come off of the egg easily, you have to literally run it under cold water. Make sure you allow that water to rinse the egg off really good, because there's nothing worse than nibbling on an eggshell while enjoying your dinner. It's not appetizing whatsoever. Let's jazz this sauce on up a bit and add some hot sauce. Our sauce is where we need it to be, so we're going to add our shrimp. And of course, this is raw shrimp that we're going to be adding to the pan. I left the tails on the shrimp for presentational purposes. Feel free to remove the tails if you prefer. However, if you want that extra burst of seafood flavor, definitely leave the shell and the tails on. Add the eggs. I find that when you add the eggs to the sauce and you allow it to simmer in the sauce, it gives the eggs extra flavor. I'm just going to take my spatula and coat the eggs with the sauce. Make sure it's fully covered. We're also going to re-add our sausages back to the pan. Take your spatula, push the sausages on down. Make sure it's covered with the sauce. This part right here should take a couple minutes. Once the shrimp starts to turn pink and they start to curl up slightly, then we know that our shrimp is perfectly cooked, and we could definitely turn the stovetop off at this point. It's time to plate this delicious seafood boil ramen bowl on up. Be sure to drain your ramen noodles on off. We're going to add our ramen noodles to a bowl, of course. We're going to take our shrimp and set it on top of our noodles. Get a little fancy and decorative with it. Take some of our perfectly cooked sausages and place them onto the noodles as well. And of course, you don't have to plate up like this. You just plate it however you prefer to plate it. I mean, it's totally optional. I'm going to remove the egg from the pan, slice it in half, place it into the bowl as well. Repeat the same process. We're going to slice our egg once again, place it into the bowl as well. Once we're done, we're going to spoon some of that delicious Cajun butter sauce onto our ramen. Make sure you cover everything in this bowl. The eggs, the sausage, the shrimp. This looks absolutely perfect. I hope you didn't forget, because once you're done, you're going to grab your crab legs and you're going to place it alongside the bowl as well. And check it on out. This is absolutely gorgeous. Our TikTok viral seafood boil ramen bowl is complete. We are done. Definitely give this recipe a try if you haven't already. It's really quick and easy, not to mention so flavorful. With all of that being said, I'm your girl Cooking with Tammy, and I would definitely catch you in another video. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.